But opening up the UFC 304 fight card, we have Shauna Bannon taking on a short notice Alice Ardelean. Shauna Bannon, 5-1 in her career, 4-1 in her last 5. She's coming off a decision loss in her UFC debut. She's taking on Alice Ardelean, 5-0 in her last 5. She is making her short notice UFC debut. Shauna Bannon, she's traditionally a striker. She has some martial arts background. She's always coming forward. She likes the pressure. She does seem to be forcing things. I mean, nothing seems natural. She's just like, I need to come forward. I need to do this. She doesn't flow very smoothly. She does rely on pressure, but she does have some success in those fights. She is incredibly tough, seemingly very strong. She is coming off that loss in her UFC debut to Bruna Brazil, who we will break down later. She's taking on Alice Ardelean. Alice Ardelean's like a big TikTok star. She made her way into the UFC. I'll get to it. Relax.
Yeah, big TikTok star. Yeah.
She is big on TikTok.
Yeah, I bet she is.
There's other websites where she does quite well for herself. Also, she made her way into the UFC on short notice. Style-wise, she's a busy striker. She'll mix in a whole bunch of different techniques. She can be sloppy. At times, she can be aggressive. But she is a gamer, and she has had some success. She's not afraid of a dogfight. She will chase finishes. And while she does have 5 losses, a few of those were quality losses. She lost to Weili Zhang. She lost to Diana Belbita. It's not just 5 trash losses, and she does seem to have put herself together.
Imagine you're just on the regionals and you're fighting Weili. I mean, obviously at the time you didn't really know what you were getting into, but it's like, Jesus, imagine Weili on a fucking regional scene right now. Holy smokes.
And if your primary career is OnlyFans, that couldn't have been the greatest night of her life.
I don't think OnlyFans was a thing back then, Angelo.
Well, it was it wasn't a back and forth fight. That was a pretty straightforward fight, but Alice is tough, and she hung in there, and she doesn't quit. This is a new fight. This was added just a few days ago. It got a lot of backlash immediately. People see that she's an OnlyFans star, and they just are not happy about it.
Did you confirm that? How do you even know that?
I do my research. The reality is, Alice got this opportunity because of her online fame. And it's not just OnlyFans. She has 2 million followers on her social media. That destroys a lot of fighters in the UFC.
Amanda Ribas has 2.2 million.
So she has 200,000 fewer and hasn't ever fought once in the UFC and has 5 losses in her career. That's the point I was making. And I effectively made that. What I will say is Shauna is tough. But Alice is also tough. Alice is going to move forward. Alice is going to stay in her face. Alice isn't going to quit. She's not going to stop. Alice is literally who Shauna wants to be. Shauna wants to be like that sexy superstar. And I'm not saying she's not. But Alice is doing it. She's been doing it. She's on a little bit of a streak here. It's a short notice fight. I think they're probably evenly matched. And I'll take the forward pressure of Alice Ardelean. She is going to be the pick here. And before you do the OnlyFans fade, I'm not going to do the whole breakdown. I did it in the quick picks video. To me, there are different types of OnlyFans creators. There's obviously the category of people that are just doing fully clothed behind-the-scenes stuff like Demetrius Johnson. Then there's the category of fighters that aren't very good and realize that that's an outlet to make money. Hannah Goldie is a good example.
Hannah, good.
And then you have people like Alice that is basically having 2 separate careers. The OnlyFans is a career for her that she has had for years, as is this. She isn't trying to take her UFC stardom and parlay it into something else. It's actually going the other way. So if you're an OnlyFans fade kind of person, she's not the one to do it with. I don't think it fits that criteria. Jakey boy, what do you think about this fight? And
there was a lot of OnlyFans research you did, huh?
Because I honestly, I know there's a whole world of people that are like...
And it's also kind of interesting that you name drop Hannah Goldie because you've kind of had a thing with that for a while.
A thing with that implies that something not above board is going on. I mentioned at one point when we were talking about attractive...
You're like sending me her pictures and showing me
I literally
her pictures
unfollowed her on Instagram because that's all the feed is, and I can't just look at Instagram without that just popping up on my phone.
I bet. Let's see that search bar.
Can you break down this fight, please? Can you please break down this fight? That would be fantastic.
Yeah, so I would encourage everybody to... I don't know why Angelo's laughing.
Because I know what you're about to say. We should reach out for affiliate money for everybody that we direct to her OnlyFans. Go ahead.
I'm not even... I don't know about this guy anymore. I was going to say, I would encourage everybody to go to her Twitter because she has all of her... If you guys want to do research, if you scroll down her Twitter, You can watch all of her. She has them all right there, so it's very easy research. She actually put all of Shauna Bannon's fights on there too. Actually, I'm looking on her Twitter right now, and the Twitter is Ardelean Alice, right? It's Alice Ardelean, but it's at Ardelean Alice. And I'm actually looking right here, and she actually has. This is crazy, guys. You have to check it out. She actually has listed every single fight from every single fighter on this card and Angela's going to check it out right now. On her feed. So if you guys want to do research for 304 and you're looking about where the fights are, it's weird. It's really weird. And
stupid. Oh, I see what you're doing. Never mind. I am checking it out right now. I have been interrupted.
Remember when I said
I was going to say, why are you directing people not to our research tool? But now I'm looking at her Instagram or her Twitter, and I fully understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's why I kind of stressed earlier about the no interruptions, because there's always a path to where we're headed. So anyway, Angela kind of ruined that, but, you know, if you want to check it out, all the fights are on there, guys. See how that ended fucking terribly because you just...
Yeah, my bad. I didn't know you were doing a bit. Who do you think wins the fight?
It's always a bit. Yeah, Alice is going to win the fight. Because, and I got her, you know, the opening odds are plus 250. I tried to jump immediately on those. By the time I placed the bet, it went to 215. Now it's all the way down to 140 at this point. So they're dropping even more. I just think that she has pressure. And I think the pressure is how you beat a girl like Shauna. Shauna wants to do that taekwondo, bouncy, space stuff. If you stay at space with her, she can land those side kicks and all that stupid bullshit. But if you get in her face, all that stuff goes away and she's just another average fighter. I think Alice can use this opportunity to be aggressive. I've seen her aggressive in fights. I've seen her really beat on girls. And I think she can do that in this fight versus Shauna. If it stays clean, it's going to be a Shauna fight as dirty as it gets. I think it's going to favor Alice. So I'm going Alice here, and I think she's got the assets to do it.
I get it. I just think it's a tough back and forth fight. Those plus 3.5 odds probably look pretty good. I think they're going to be tightening, obviously, with her dropping from plus 250 to now plus 140, as Jacob mentioned. We don't have DraftKings pricing yet. This is a relatively new fight, but I was liking Alice as soon as I saw it. But those odds, there are, the UFC's own website still has Shauna's original opponent listed. That's how little the UFC cares about.
Somebody showed like a DK ticket that still had whatever her name is listed, and it's not even canceled out yet.
It's insane how poorly managed some of these places are. That's why we do use BetOnline. They have the earliest odds and the most accurate odds. Like if there's a last minute scrap, BetOnline will have the odds within hours.
I moved odds on BetOnline.
You did. Jacob changed the course of the Olympic betting landscape.
Well, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about something relevant to this card. When I bet below Muhammad, he went from plus 200 to plus 199 right after I placed that bet.
There you go.
So my money's respected there.
It is. Well, we don't have DraftKings pricing to talk about, but we do have the latest and greatest, the best research tool of all time that we release for premium members. And if you want to unlock that, you can. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. It's $10 a month. You're going to get everything you want or need. If you are already premium, you have full access to that tool. You don't need to change a single thing. And you're welcome for keeping the price the same because we're never going to touch it.
Mr. Hands said, I told my wife I was doing research, but she does not believe me. Mr. Hands, you got to scroll a while. It's because she's posted a lot since then, because I think she posted them like last week and she posts all the time. So you really got to be scrolling for a while. So if your wife doesn't really believe you, whatever, just tell it's there. I promise. I mean, I'll vouch for you.